I had a film at Sundance that I was starring in called Billy's Hollywood Screen Kiss. And at the screening was a casting director that worked for NBC sitting right behind me. And he asked if I would come and read for this new pilot called Will and Grace. And I didn't have the money to buy a ticket to fly home so soon to change my ticket, you know? It's like an extra $100, which I didn't have. And so I was like, I'm very flattered, but I'm riding this wave of this movie and I'm here and I have a lot of things to do for it, but thank you anyway. And then I came home and they had cast the part of Will to Eric McCormick, and they said, would I read for the other guy? And I said, sure. And I went in and met with Max and David and did the scene. And on the way out, I could, you know, when you leave a room, your eyes automatically go to someone's ass. So as I was leaving, without turning around, I said, and don't check out my ass on the way out. And, or something like that. Or Muchnick, I know you're checking out my ass. And I slammed the door. And they saw something in that, I guess, and here I am. I wasn't bright enough at such a young age to know what was handed to me. I was really, really excited just to get a job. I was excited just to get a pilot. You know, the word pilot is thrown around so much in circles of actors, you know, in Hollywood, like, I got a pilot. Oh, did you read this pilot? And to say the sentence, I got a pilot, you know, and I was so thrilled just for that 1 week of work. I didn't think anything beyond it. And then even when it got picked up for 6 episodes or whatever it was at first, I thought I'm going to get fired. This is unbelievable, you know. But the one thing I loved about it was you can smell the paint, you can smell the wood, you can smell, it feels like theater. So it's a very natural progression from theater to a multicam sitcom because there's a live audience, there's a set, and it's basically you're doing a play, but there's 4 cameras in between you and the audience. So it was exciting. When I still shoot the show, I forget that what we just shot is going to be beamed across the country because you're thinking, here's my line. And I'm not ever thinking that way, like in a big way that it reaches people. So when I first started feeling the impact of what a special show this was, it was mind-blowing. It was life-changing, and in the best possible way. I never knew that I could or would be a part of something that was bigger than me and had such a positive influence on so many people. Is still relevant, is still talked about, is still impactful, and has left such an impression on people's minds. You know, what can one say other than, you know, it's an incredible gift to be a part of something whose byproduct was welcomed on such a mass scale. So a lot of the times the writers will write Jack Enters. A lot of times the writers will write Jack Enters singing a song. And they'll write Jack Enters doing a cartwheel or whatever. And so it becomes part of the beginning of a rehearsal day with Jim Burrows to craft how Jack is going to come in the door. And Jimmy will always have a twist on something I or he has never seen before. And so that's the challenge every week, if there is an entrance to be had, where you try to do it in a way nobody's ever thought of. When you start a show, a new show, you're not as aware of the relationships between each character and how they're going to develop. So here is this character Jack and this character of Karen, who I think we met in the 2nd episode or something because we didn't see each other in the 1st episode. And my mind was blown just as much as the audience's when I read Jack and Karen touch stomachs as a greeting. And you're like, what is happening? I've never seen anything like that or read anything like that or have friends that would do anything like that. So that just goes to show how honest and personal this show is to the creators, Max and David, and how their relationships in their real life are reflected in these characters sometimes, in ways that are moderated or changed a bit. But yeah, I thought when Karen and Jack first met and touched stomachs, I was like, there's something going on here that I've never seen before, and it's really fun.